I'm telling you, I am ready to face anything for speaking out the truth, for facing the monster and telling it as it is. I am ready to face anything. I'm ready to face anything. I'm not scared of anything. I'm not even scared of that, life imprisonment that you are brandishing. You are brandishing, trying to scare me with life imprisonment. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care to go in jail for life for speaking the truth. I don't care. I would feel bad if I'm going into prison because I've stolen. If I've stolen, if I've done something wrong, I can feel bad and I can be apologetic and I can humble myself. Some of you have been saying, humble yourself, humble yourself. Humble myself for what? Humble myself for what? What is it that I've done that I should humble myself for? For speaking out the truth? For facing the devil in the eyes and telling it as it is? The life that Zambians are leading today is a disaster. Is a disaster far much worse than what President Hakainde Hichilema, President Edgar Lungu left. This is a fact. President Hakainde Hichilema is leading a country into misery, into disaster. He is leading, as we are talking, things are going into disaster. And you want me not to talk about it. No, you want me not to talk about it. No. I'll talk about it. I'll talk about it. I'll talk about it. I'll speak. Even for those of you who are cowards, who are scared to talk, I'll speak for you, because what I'm talking about here is not for my benefit. It's not that I'm talking Wungana Bupwa. I've eaten. I have relatively a good life. But many people are not living a good life. Many people can't afford this tonkati tea that I'm drinking. They can't afford it. They can't afford tonkati tea. They can't afford it. Coffee rather. They can't afford. They can't afford the sugar. They can't afford mini meal. They can't afford bread. They can't afford to travel. There is misery out there. There is misery out there. And you want me to shut up. You want me not to talk. Are you serious? Are you serious? You want me not to talk? You don't want me to talk. You want me to shut up. I shut up. And you are scaring me. You are scaring me. You will go to jail. You will go to jail. Go to jail for what? Go to jail for what? I'm not going to jail. Let me tell you this. I'm not going to jail. I'm not going to jail because even if you take me in jail, you put me in bondage. As long as I'm innocent, I'm not a prisoner. I'm not a prisoner. Even if you take me to jail, if I am innocent, I am not a prisoner. I'm not a prisoner. There are other terms that we give to such people. People who fight for society and they go to jail. We don't call them prisoners. We don't call them prisoners. And I'll never be a prisoner. I'll never be a prisoner. You can get me, lock me up. You can even put that maximum sentence you want. I'll still never be a prisoner. Chilufya Tayali will never be a prisoner. Never. Never. I will never be a prisoner. Even if you kill me, I will never be a prisoner. I will never be a convict. I will never be a convict. I will never be a convict because I've done nothing wrong. And anyone who is reasonable can tell. Anyone who is reasonable can tell. Unless those who are eating from the New Dawn government, you are calling it New Dawn government. I'm calling it a new darkness, a disaster government. That's what I'm calling it. This is a disaster government. President Hakainde Hichilema, I'm saying it. I'm saying it. I'm not writing it, and it's gonna remain here. If you want, record this, start recording, and record this And I'm saying President Hakainde Hichilema is a disaster president. Is a disaster president. Is a president who deceived Zambians and ascended into power, and he has forgotten Zambians. I will repeat that. You can write it if you want. President Hakainde Hichilema is a president who ascended into leadership, deceiving Zambians, and he has abandoned them. He has abandoned them in preference of foreigners. In preference of foreigners. That's what Hakainde Hichilema is doing. This country is no longer being led by Zambians. It's being led by foreigners. It's being led by foreigners. Foreigners are dictating what should be done. Hakainde Hichilema is receiving instructions from foreigners. This is what it is. And he's causing misery. He's causing miseries. People are dying. People are suffering. And you don't want me to talk at Novale Kukaka. I'm expressing myself. I'm expressing myself. According to what I'm seeing. According to what I'm seeing. You go out and, you go out and propagate these lies. Propagate these lies. Charging me at no, you are inciting soldiers. You are inciting soldiers. I'm a soldier tawafolele. They can't complain. And if I tell you to say I'm a soldier, am I inciting them? No problem, no problem. I'm not going to go into details of that. I'm waiting for you in court. I'm waiting for you in court. I want you to prove. I want you to prove how I incited soldiers. Me, Chilufya Tayali, a simple public lawyer, how I incited those soldiers. I'm waiting for you in court. Even if you want, if President Hakainde Hichilema he wants, he can even be a magistrate. He can even be the magistrate. Kairi is the president. He has got powers to do everything. He can do anything. He can even put aside Wakapokola and bring a bodyguard from Beijing to be his bodyguard. He can do that. He's a president. He has got powers. This is how dictators behave. Those are, the signs of a dictator. They have no regard to the norms of the country. They have no regard. A president is protected by the police. But Hakainde Hichilema is protected by somebody that he has brought in, a civilian. A civilian is the one who sits in a car in front. It is the first time that I'm seeing it. And I've not seen it anywhere in any country. Never. I've not seen a personal president, a personal bodyguard, sitting in front in the motorcade, is the one who is opening the door. Instead, please, my wife. Instead of a trained police officer. Instead of a trained police officer, President Hakainde Hichilema, he has personalized presidency. But personalizing presidency, that is what we call autocracy. That is what we call autocracy, where you make now, everything is about you. You are the president. You can do anything. You can salute whichever way you want. This country, we don't salute like this. But Hakainde Hichilema, because he's an autocrat, he's an autocratic leader, he can do whatever you want. He still remains, the army commander. No one can do anything to him. Those are tendencies of a dictator. Those are tendencies of a dictator. And what President Hakainde Hichilema is showing is dictatorship. He deceived us. He deceived us. Even me, I was here supporting him to say, no, I think we are going to have things better. He said, no, we are going to, investigate. But police, you should investigate before you arrest people. And when you arrest people, make sure you give them bond. Is that what is happening? Is that what is happening right now? This is what Hakainde Hichilema said. But is it what is happening in this country today? Is it what is happening today? This is what Hakainde Hichilema said. Investigate before you arrest. But the UPND, the modus operandi, Yago, they are convicting people in public on social media. They convict people on social media before they are even arrested, before they are even taken to court. They convict them. I have been convicted. Already have been convicted on social media. I've been convicted. Tayali received some classified documents from a soldier. And it has been trending on social media. Tayali received. And everyone is, Tayali received, Tayali received. Nde milolela kukoti. Nde milolela kukoti. Mukamuleta yo no soldier. Uyo wino napokelekwe fintu. Nde milolela. I'm waiting for you. I want to go to court. I want you to bring that soldier who gave me whatever you are talking about. I want you to see. They say he who alleges must prove. He who alleges must prove. That's what they say. He who alleges must prove. You have my phone. You have got access to my Facebook account and everything. Get the evidence and bring it to court. Because you have spread it. You have spread it on social media. You have convicted me as somebody that received classified information from the defense force. I want you to prove that in court. I want you to prove that in court. I want you to prove it. Therefore, I'm going to prove. You should prove. You should prove. Bring that soldier and bring that classified whatever it is that I got. Mukachite prove. Na mwewa le supporter. You will be shamed together with these dictators. You will be shamed together. You will be shamed together. UPND is convicting people on social media. Hakainde Hichilema is convicting people through the media. He is convicting people through the media. How many times has he been calling other people corrupt, criminals? A clique. He has been calling other people cliques who have stolen, who have run down this country. But if you look at the cases, the way they are going, even Milingolungu, you are still takatakaring. Milingolungu. It was highly publicized. Milingolungu, uyo. You are entering Amanole. Let's see how far you are going to go. In a number of cases, I can tell you, Zambians, I have looked at a number of these cases. UPND government, this disaster government, is very good at making propaganda, convicting people on social media, but they have no substance, just like they have no substance in my case. Ndemyewe chinka, ndemyewe, na mfewa haka inde ichinema bakese, baka wati niwa judge, ndemyewe, my case has no ground. It is a vexatious, they are vexatious charges. They have no substance. Vexatious charges, they have no substance. And yet on social media, everyone, hey, we like atakuma soja. Mwe, na atakuma soja shani. Na atakuma soja, finish na alandire. Mukafirete, I want you to bring that, what I said, where I incited soldiers. I'm waiting for you. Tukayeku court. And you can clearly see, if these people had evidence, like they were babbling on social media, Tayali has done this, Tayali has done this, would they put a case on 28th? My bond was yesterday, 7th, at court at part 28, and the Mukamona part 28, I'll go to court. They will still be takatakaring. They will still be takatakaring. I can dare you this, I'm telling you this. But on social media, very busy convicting me. Teka nyeni, kamulete yo no musoja, mumulete. You should prove. He who alleges must prove. Therefore, amukatulange, uyo no musoja. Na mwe wale supporta wonse. Mwe wale lomotuma articles. Tayali, who go in for life. Tayali, he has touched a wrong button. We shall see. We shall see. We shall see. I want to see that soldier. I want to see that soldier. I mean, sometimes which trained soldier would be leaking classified information to Chilufya Tayali? Eh? Who am I? For what? Imagine. Utter nonsense, to be honest. Utter nonsense. Utter nonsense. Just to convict me, because Chilufya Tayali is talking about real issues, and you want to divert the main issue from what is happening. Me, what I've been talking about is very simple issues. I've been talking about ZESCO. ZESCO, you want to give a contract to foreigners. I have said no. You can't do that. And if you do that, I will protest. I was going to protest, and I'm going to protest if ZESCO continue with that deal. ZESCO, there is no way ZESCO can be giving a contract to foreigners when Zambians are there. This is my issue. This is my issue. And I've been talking to that Paul Kabuswe, the minister, to say whatever arguments that you have been making, they don't make sense. They don't make sense. That's what I've been saying. Peter Kapala. I've been talking about Peter Kapala, telling that as a minister, the arguments that you have been giving, they don't make sense. You can't give armor pause for a foreign company to give, to deliver. I have said no. And these are things that are making me say, this government is a foreign government. Is a foreign government led by people sponsored by foreigners. By Zambians sponsored by foreigners. And they are trying to, to pay back. This is what I've been saying. That is my that is my plea. I went on to talk about the issues of the Black Mountain. The Black Mountain. Kuli Peter Kabu, Kuli Nomba Kabuswe. Is it Paul Kabuswe? I'm even confusing their names. Paul Kabuswe. I said, look, the Black Mountain is a mess. And the people who are complaining about the Black Mountain, if anything, they are not even PF. They are actually UPND youths. UPND youth who suffered for you. UPND youths who made you to be ministers, to be presidents. These are the ones who are complaining. These are the ones who are complaining. And I'm saying, can you go and sort out that mess? But instead of addressing these issues, because you know how to play with some naive Zambians, you quickly concoct something, arrest Tayali, and throw this that no, Tayali is inciting soldiers. It is a decoy. It is a decoy. It is not true. And you know it. You know it can't stand. But because you don't want me to continue talking about this, you bring in something that is so sensational. Tayali has touched soldiers. Tayali is inciting soldiers. How can I do that? And how did I do it? Nonetheless, no problem. No problem. You are alleging. Let's go to court. Let's go to court. But in my view, my cases are a diversion of the real issues that I've been talking about. It's a diversion from the real issues to bring in something that you can be busy talking about. Real issues. I'm talking about fuel. I've been very categorical to say, please, fuel, you just have to bring in subsidies. And I'm happy that my Archbishop, Dr. Eric Banda, has joined the bandwagon to call for subsidies for fuel. Because clearly, life is going haywire. Life is becoming terrible. Life is becoming terrible. And we have no choice. We can't sustain this. What is currently going on, we can't sustain. This is disaster. And that's why I'm saying it is a disaster government. It is a disaster president. Which country do you have fuel fluctuating? Which country? Where did you see that? These are real issues that need to be addressed. Not to be coming up with outrageous charges against me, putting me inside, to shut me up. And when I come out, no, don't talk, don't talk, don't talk. You will go to jail. Why should I go to jail? What crime am I committing? I'm telling you what is happening in this country. I'm telling you that you are being disastrous. You are being disastrous. You are supposed to make things better, but you are making things worse. People are killing themselves because of the misery that you are putting them in. And you want to say, no, I've committed a crime. What crime? What crime? For telling you the truth. Is it not true that people are killing themselves because some civil servants are indebted, are embroiled in debt? They are failing to come out? Wasn't it part of the campaign promise that they should be debt swap? Wasn't it part of the campaign promise? Wasn't it part of the campaign promise that civil servants were going to be given an increment of 1,500 or across the board? Wasn't it? If I talk about it, then it's a crime. And you call yourself a democratic government? Eh? You call yourself a democratic government. We talk about issues that you promised the Zambians. You promised them debt swap. Up to today, you have even gone quiet about debt swap. 1.5 increment, you have gone quiet about it. Instead, prices are going up. And you are even removing subsidies. And you think that is leadership. Eh? Is that the leadership? Is that why people chose you? Is that why people chose you? The civil servants, they went in multitude to go and vote for you. What have they gotten, our civil servants? What have they gotten? You are bragging about, 40,000 people were going to employ them. Up to today, you are still dancing around. You haven't employed them. This is April. This is April. This was supposed to be this should have started in January. It should have started in January. You were babbling. Social media was awash with, come January, this new dawn government will employ people. April, nanomba tamula vengisha. And on top of that, we have got teachers who are treated like children. Every day they go to the head office. They go to the ministry. No, we'll put you on payroll. We'll put you on payroll. We'll put you on payroll. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? And if in Delanda, what I'm talking about here, this is what you said. This is what you promised people. This is why people voted for you. And you say, I'm going to be jailed. If there is anyone who should be in jail or who should be in court, it's Haka in the Ichilema. For obtaining leadership by false pretense. Haka in the Ichilema. He should be the one to go to court. Not me. Not me. Not me. And far from it to even contemplate to say you will go for life. Forget it. What have I done? What have I done? I'm telling you the truth. That's what. And you want to jail me for life? And you call yourself a democratic president? Eh? You are even daring to talk about children. Hey, ukashavana. Hey, ukashavana. For what? I'm not a thief. I'm not a thief. I'm not going to leave my children because I'm not committing a crime. I'm reminding you what you told people. That's what I'm reminding you of. You can't take people for granted. You can't take people for granted. You can't come and teach people, cheat people, and think they will just keep quiet because you're intimidating them, because you have got power now. You can arrest anyone at any time and throw them inside. To be honest with you, I'm ready. I am ready. I'm ready. Now, but what I'm talking about here, you said them. And it's not that you can't do them. It's not that you can't do it. It's not that these things are impossible. You can do them. And okay, fine, even if things are tough, even if things are hard, you are supposed to be humble. You are supposed to be humble. Instead of harassing me, intimidating me with vexatious charges, you are supposed to say, Tayali, look, Mona, look, this is a situation. We are working on this. We are trying to do this. I can even help you. I can even help you to communicate with people to say, okay, they are doing this. Okay, by so and so, maybe things will be like this. But you guys, you are being arrogant. Mama Ewana Rumango Parliament, she's just being arrogant. You don't answer questions. This is Tabo Kawana, a director without a CV. Very arrogant. Muntapatana CV. You have never even applied. Directors, they have CVs. Directors, they apply. Directors are interviewed. We don't pick directors from the streets. Mwaisa Muvika Mofesa director. Director of what? Director of what? And you say, no. We are fighting corruption. We are fighting corruption. We are fighting cadreism. We are bringing professionalism. You go and bring Tawokawana without a CV. Without a CV, without application. At no, is a director. What are you doing to those young people who went to school, went to universities, got employed, and they have been working for a long time, and all of a sudden they have Tawokawana without a CV telling them what to do. And you are calling yourself a government, a new dawn government. It is a disaster. It is a disaster. I'm simply telling you the truth as it is. At no, we are fighting corruption. We are fighting corruption. You are fighting corruption. You are fighting corruption. You are fighting corruption among your adversaries. You are fighting corruption among your adversaries. You are not looking what is currently going on among your ministers. What is the difference between the PF and the new dawn government? Because Muniba PF, whatever, my ministers, they were not being investigated. At least, lungu even at the record, Chitoteradi leko mukoti, Chilufya leko mukoti, Sali Chilufya leko mukoti. But to this new disaster government, all those who are in government now, they are not corrupt. Corruption, they are only fighting corruption among those who are out. And even among those who are out, most of them, they are just convicting them on social media. Before they even go to court, they are convicting on social media. Peddling lies about people which you can't bring before court. Padi jet. Padi jeti. You have been talking about that presidential jet. Up to today, we haven't seen one person who has been arrested for it. You have been talking about fertilizer. Mwaisa pera jangulo. Because others were corrupt. Who has been arrested for fertilizer? And how much did you buy fertilizer with this new supplier of yours? You bought even it at more expensive price than you used to buy it. No, we don't want corrupt people. We don't want corrupt people. Move patara tamulimit. And you are calling yourself, no, we are a government, we are a new dawn government. You are a new disaster. You are a disaster government. And President Hakainde Hichilema should not feel proud. He should not even be talking about to say, no, I've gone 8 months without being paid. By the way, you have been in government for 7 months. So how are you claiming 8 months salary? And for what? I agree with Sean Tembo. For what? For what? You can brag about to say, no, I've gone whatever 8 months without salary. If you are doing something, you were boasting that no, Indaramashide dollar will go down. You have brought nothing in the treasury. You have brought nothing. You have brought nothing in the treasury. So what good are you? Tell me, instead of threatening me, no, Ukashava, tell me what he has done. If you show me what he has done, believe you me, I'll start praising him. I'll start praising him. Now, if you can show me what he has done, I'm going to praise him. I'm going to praise him. But so far, it is a disaster. It is a disaster. This government is a disaster government. And you shouldn't even be threatening me. You shouldn't even be threatening me. But if that is what pleases you, to arrest Chilufya Tayali, to shut me up, fine, arrest me, put me inside. But believe you me, my God will never sleep over his people. God will never sleep over his people. The people that are going hungry, the people that are going hungry, crying, their tears will not go down in vain. God will hear them. God will hear them. I'm not a liberator. No, I'm not a liberator. God himself is the one who looks after his children. And those people who are complaining, who are regretting to having voted for you, those people, their tears, they are not dropping in vain. They are not dropping in vain. I don't know what will happen. Don't say, no, I'm inciting anyone. I don't know. But I know that my God never sleeps. God never sleeps over his people. So you can remove Chilufya Tayali. You can even kill Chilufya Tayali. But I can assure you, God will come in for the people like he did for the Israelites. He went and rescued them from the ruthless Pharaoh. He went and removed them from there. God never sleeps for his people. I'm talking because I know God is not happy with the way Zambians are suffering. He's not happy. God is not happy. And if you think God is happy, you are cheating yourselves. You are making a mess of this country with your government. You are making a mess of it. You are making a mess of it. You can't increase sugar 2 kg. 2 kg, 56 kwacha sugar. Uvunga 180. How will people survive? Fertilizer, you were talking about ndine mulimi mzanu. Fertilizer ili shinga. Fertilizer ili shinga. Because nobody neto atampo kulima. How much will be fertilizer? And the majority Zambians depend on agriculture. So if the farming inputs are expensive, how are they going to survive? And I tell you at no, mwikateni, life imprisonment. Life imprisonment. Life imprisonment for what? For telling you the truth? I'm a soldier for soldiers at you are inciting them. How? Bring back the page so that you can bring out those videos where I'm inciting soldiers. Bring those. I'm ready. I am ready. Here you received chakut, you received mukavale tawoveni. Therefore kubamona. I want to see that soldier who was sending me things. I want to see. Vamayo tamba. Abantu. People are coming to me. Abantu ankane. Workers. Every day. Phone yandiawa kwati mbomba kuleba office. People are complaining. And of course, the private sector, the employers in the private sector are taking advantage because government itself is not treating its workers properly. So even those in the private sector, they are taking advantage. Among drivers, they are being treated like they are not human beings, like they are machines. Panotulera and Dama drivers, they are busy driving, crossing borders, persevering bad roads. And at the end of the day, they are being paid nothing. And when they cry, they go to labor office. There is no help. And yet, Vamayawa Tambatamba, Mwendramuli GX, Nayakon Mwabika, Nama allowances full. But what about the taxpayers? What about the taxpayers? These are real issues that I'm talking about. These are real issues. And you want to threaten me with life imprisonment. I will die talking. I will die talking. Nelyonkafwa. Imboko shimkalashi kaile ingira panshinkalalanda. I will continue talking. I will continue talking. I will never stop. I will never stop. And I can assure you that I will be long dead. I will be long dead. But my voice, mukalayu for voice yandi. Mukalayu for voice wandi. It will haunt you. It will haunt you. Because I know I don't speak from without. I speak because God has given me this gift to speak on issues. People don't just follow me anyhow. They follow me because I speak real issues. I don't insult. I just say things as they are. I'm not insulting President Hakainde Hichilema. Saying that he's a disaster government is not insulting him. It is just a fact. Because he's messing around. On real issues, on many fronts, Hakainde Hichilema is messing. And therefore is a disaster president, leading a disaster government. It is a fact. It is a fact. Today I've been talking to so many people, and most of the people are those who actually voted for Hakainde Hichilema. And they are complaining. They are regretting having voted for Hakainde Hichilema. They are complaining having voted for Hakainde Hichilema. And Hakainde Hichilema is boasting, walking with pride that no, he's the president of this republic. And yet, he has made things worse. Far much worse than the way Edgar Lungu left. Edgar Lungu had his own issues, yes. But if into Tafyali, at least name Pia Shale Monica. In this government, there isn't even no money. There isn't even no money. Not even by praise singer. But praise singer, they keep hoping that Shala Monica, but they are not having it. Because the people that circulates money into the economy, that injects money into the economy, it's the private sector. Those people that you are calling corrupt, those people that you are calling cadres, those are the people that inject money into the economy. But you are not paying them. You are not paying them. You are not even paying Banamayo, who took beans, who took rice, supplied rice to government. You are not paying them. Contractors, you are not paying them. Zambian contractors. And you are looking at them and know they are cadres. There is that SI of citizen empowerment. So through citizen empowerment, a number of Zambians are part of the infrastructure development. They borrowed money from different banks. They borrowed money from different banks, injected it into these projects, road projects, construction projects, and you don't want to pay them, but no, they are cadres. These are Zambians who were looking at being empowered. You have turned them into cadres and you don't want to pay them. These are the people who are killing themselves. You remember that man who parked his vehicle along the road and went and killed himself. That man is a contractor. That man was a contractor. And he was being followed by people, and yet government is owing him money. And he couldn't handle it. He killed himself. And you are calling yourself a government, a new dawn government. A government that has come to save people. No, you are killing people. You are killing people through your harsh conditions that you are putting around, not paying people. You are killing people. You are killing people. Civil servants, you don't want to help them with their debt, which, if anything, was caused by a government. Even if it was not the New Dawn government, But you are supposed to help them. You don't want to help them. That's why they are killing themselves. And you want to boast that you're doing something? You want to arrest me for telling you for something that you promised? You promised these people that you're going to help them. There is one lady, from, I think, Luapula. She was telling me to say, Tayali, me, I can't handle it. They have grabbed my house, whatever, because she had injected money into a road construction as part of the citizen empowerment, the 20%. And she has not been paid. And the house was grabbed. And you want to call yourself that you are saving people? And you want to blame it everything? No. It's the PF. It's the PF. Even this issue of talking about it's the PF. How many months? Monen, umuntu ngaingile nchito. If you get employed, you are given a probation of 6 months, of 3 months. Ngaya shupa 3 months, they add, yaba 6 months. You are in your 7th month, going to 8 months, and you are still talking about the PF government. Where are your connections? Where is your IMF? When are we going to see your ingenious plans, your developmental plans as economists? When are we going to see them? When are we going to see them? When are we going to see those calculations of fuel going down? When are we going to see them? When are we going to benefit out of that? When are we going to see that? It is a disaster. Disaster government with a disaster president. That is just what it is. And I'm just saying this as it is. If it is a crime that warrants for me to spend my years in prison for life, I don't care. God will look after my children. God will look after my wife. I don't care. So don't tell me, no, whatever. Hey, what? No. Don't worry. I am not even worried about my children. Me, I'm not worried about my children. The day that God will take me, I know He has a good plan for my children. I know my children will have a better life than myself. I know. No matter what, because what I'm doing, I'm not doing it selfishly. I can close my gate and close everything, and I can eat well with my family. I can live well. But I'm doing this for those that are suffering. And if I am sacrificing my life for those that are suffering, there is no way my God is going to let down my children. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. It will never happen. My children will not suffer because they have a father who cares for others. If I die, my children will be looked after by others. God will look after them. So don't scare me with that nonsense of saying, your children, your wife, don't even bring that crap to me. No, God is the one who's going to look after my children. About when I'm going to die, I don't know when I'm going to die. I can go to sleep and I might not wake up. I can be drinking this. I can be drinking this Tonkati coffee and I can die just by being choked. I can die from anything. And if it means me dying in the hands of President Hakainde Hichilema, so be it. So be it. If it means me dying in the hands of President Hakainde Hichilema, so be it. But I will never shy away to talk. And I'm not talking because most of the times when I talk, hey, Reshan Chani, somebody's going to pay you. Who pays me? When I was talking for Hakainde Hichilema when he was arrested, did he pay me? I just say things as they are. And it doesn't matter who is involved. It doesn't matter. I have gone for Bowman. Bowman has been my friend and everything. But in relation to Messi, I've been going against Bowman. This is just me. I just say things as they are. Anyway, I think I've made my points. I've made my points. And just a recap is simply to say, this government is messing up this country. And they have got a modus operandi of convicting people on social media. before they go to court, just like what they have done with me. Busy convicting me on social media, but I'm waiting for them to go to court. So all those of you who are talking, hey, Tayali this, if you have got evidence, help the state, because I know they will have they will have difficulties to prove their allegations. So all those who have got evidence, go to the state, help them, so that this case maybe can stand. Otherwise, it has got no legs. Just like many other cases which they convict people on social media, in the media, but in court, the cases are crumbling. These cases will be crumbling like rotten apples very soon. Most of these cases that they have excited the public will be falling down like rotten apples because they have no basis. And I was very shocked really to see the Miringo case, being withdrawn after it had gone whatever. And they say, Nole. What is going on? What is really going on? I'm really shocked. So anyway, for me, I'm waiting for you in court. I'm waiting for you in court. Now, supporter, all of you have been supporting. Help the state to come and prove their case. How I got that, whatever you are talking about, and who gave me, I want to see. And how I incited soldiers. You bring it out. My page is down. I am working on it so that it comes back. Nothing is going out of there. Nothing is going out of there. Everything will be as it was. I am fighting to bring that page back. If it means suing Facebook, I'll sue it. In terms of this government, I'm saying it is a disaster government because President Hakainde Hichilema is leading a government which is bringing misery on people. They have messed up things more than the way they found them. The lives of Zambians is worse than the way they found it. And I've given examples on some of these issues that they promise to people and they are not happening. Prices of commodities are going up instead of going down. That's what they promised us. One good example is fuel. But Hakainde Hichilema said he was going to sell it less than 12 kwacha. That's what he said. And now fuel is at 26 kwacha, Ilia Nakuli 30 kwacha. This is what it is. Every month, fuel is changing. There is no government that runs like that. There is no government that runs like that. They spoke about sugar. They spoke about cooking oil. They spoke about uhunga. Uhunga number wula kuli 180, 200 nomboko ture. And you say you are leading a successful government. No. They said, no, we are going to employ people. We have got teachers who are not on the payroll. Before you even employ those people, why don't you put those on payroll? And up to today, still nothing. You boast of, CDF. This is the first quarter. You never gave money. You never released money. You are releasing money which is supposed to be for the first quarter. You are releasing it in the second quarter. I hope you can improve. These are real issues that I'm talking about. Workers whom you promised that you are going to help them with debt swap, there is nothing. You have even kept quiet. You have even stopped talking about this. What is this? Putting families together. You made propaganda. No, we are making them what? They are going to go back. They are going to stay together as families. You have gone quiet about it. And they are still, civil servants are asking. You are letting them down. You are letting them down. You are not paying them on time. When you promise them that, no, you'll be getting paid on time. You are not paying them on time. And this is what I'm talking about. If that is inciting people, well, let's see. Let's go to court. Let's go and understand the language of inciting, what it means. If it means talking about people to say, if it is inciting, let's go to court. Let's go and have that. Let's go and have that. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. So these are the issues that I'm talking about. They are real issues. Workers are being exploited in the private sector. Makama truck drivers. We were just burying that guy, who died in a very bad manner, and the way things were handled, not proper. And government is quiet. And I'm reminding you, look at these issues. No, you need to go to jail for life. Well, I'm waiting. I'm waiting. If you want, even out of what I've said today, you can add more charges. You can even put 100 charges. I don't care. I don't care to spend my years in prison, because I will not be a prisoner. There will be another name that will be found for me for speaking for people and going to prison for having spoken the truth. I'll never be a prisoner. I'm not stealing. I'm not stealing. So I don't have a problem. You can come and arrest me. You can add more charges. No problem. If you want, you can kill me. No problem. I'm not worried about my children. I'm not worried about my wife, because my God will never let them down. As long as I die for the truth, God will never let my family down. I think I've spoken enough. I'll keep trying to get back my page and I'll let you know. For now, good night.